to another Hi event right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. I'm here at the IIHS Multiversity where they're having another edition to their Bio Inquirer, the technical conference. And this year's theme is Healthy Sports, Empowering Lives Through Physical Activity. My name is Dima. Stay tuned with Hi Events to find out more. Here with me at the Bio Inquirer at the technical conference. Now, Doctor, let's talk about the conference that we're having today, the importance of having such a conference in the first place to start off with.
Yes, the Bio Inquirer conferences are trying to address a burning problem in a community. So we have identified sports injuries as such that everyone is worried because when you do sports, whether you are a national level athlete or if you are a performer at a school level, if there's an injury, that injury would last the lifetime. So we have to be very careful, be cautious when you get into sports. Now the whole conference theme is to how to create sustainable sportsmen and women. In order to do that, we are discussing many topics in this conference, and in a nutshell, we are covering the technical part of the training of sportsmen and women, and also we are looking at the other supportive elements which are mandatory to become a good sportsman. For example, ethics and doping, and having an idea of this whole how to perform to the maximum level. Now, in terms of the technicality of it, we are looking at how to create a sports profile because everyone should have a sports profile. How your body mechanisms and musculoskeletal system would perform. Then only you can look at what you are here today and what you are going to do at the next day. Because if you don't know that, so you will do on assumptions. You assume that this one is going to be a bowler because he's a tall man, right? But in reality, bowlers have to have a certain amount of technical competence in terms of the muscles and ligaments, etc., and to bowl. So we have seen it in South Asia. Many good players, they come and go simply because they get injured. So in this conference, what we are trying to do is to how to assess the injuries, how to assess the current position, how to move towards the maximum position. This is just the beginning of this Zero Sports Injury Conference. This is the second one we are having. We are hoping to move into the schools and educate the school coaches and the managers and also the school children regarding this.
Also, is there international participation that was included in the conference as well?
Absolutely, yes. We have a few foreign participants as well as the foreign resource. So we mainly from Sri Lanka, they are working outside as sports medicine specialists. And we got many like the professors from local industry, Professor Arjuna De Silva and Professor Eranjan, all are local experts. And we got the international people who are working outside the country to come into this conference to add value.
I feel extremely glad to welcome everyone to this much awaited sports conference. This year, the conference will be aiming healthy sports, empowering lives through physical activity. Hence, this conference will provide an opportunity for the professionals to exchange knowledge and share ideas and contribute to discussions on the broad range of activities and other issues faced globally.
IIHS is an International Institute of Health Sciences. It is a healthcare training institute primarily, which initiated by Dr. Nihal De Silva and few other colleagues from California. When they were working, they came down to Sri Lanka, start a small nursing school. So the whole idea whether this particular nursing school was export skilled labor. Difference between this organization and the others we work like a not-for-profit organization. We don't take the profits. So therefore, we have been very successful. Starting from merely about 20 students, we have about 4,000 students now. The whole Bio-Inquirer forums have been, our focus is to create global citizens. We can give high quality qualifications for students, but if their personalities are not geared to face the 21st century challenges, then we are going to get into trouble. So we are creating them. Now on these forums, all that, the Bio-Inquirer has been created for that. In Bio-Inquirer, we organized this about almost 12 years ago. We have 4 areas: technical development, evidence-based practice, professional development, and community development. So enjoy the conference today. Our whole theme is to make sure we move towards zero sports injuries. We have eminent professors, eminent speakers today, just giving you different aspects of sports injury and then how to prevent them.
Let me congratulate Dr. Singer for going ahead with all the changes and on a target as we all planned initially. Thank you very much, Kitsiri and the IHS team for doing that. Dr. Singer has got a whole gamut of professionals around him, either around him physically or on the other end of the line from all over the world. Let it be from US, let it be from UK, from Finland and from Malaysia, from India, many countries. He has the top resource persons available to talk about any subject and including sports with him. Whenever they touch on a subject, they go to the extreme end of professionalism in that subject. Whether it's Bio-Inquirer, we never expect the nurses and the paramedical students and doctors to publish research articles. It's even rare in the medical profession today to do a proper research and to publish that in an international journal, internationally recognized journal. But here, whenever I come, I see large amounts of acceptable scientific research being conducted, being published, and these students are going all around the world presenting their findings. Let it be Germany, let it be Finland, let it be UK, many countries.
I have Professor Arjuna De Silva here. Professor, you've been through the conference today. What are your thoughts on the conference?
I think actually this is a very good idea, and I want to congratulate Dr. Kitsiri and his team for arranging a conference like this, which highlights all the aspects of sport, including what my interest is, clean sports. So I think that's very important, especially the message, because these are the people who reach out to sports women and men to deliver that sport has to be clean in all aspects, and fair play and value-based education is very important. So my message is to all sportswomen is please compete clean, and in a nutshell, the biggest problem we have is supplements. Supplements are not necessary. If you think you need supplements, first go to a nutritionist, assess your needs, and then proceed from there.
I have Michael Tissera here with me to talk about the conference that we've just had here at IIHS Multiversity. So tell me, Michael, how has the conference been?
It's been excellent. We've had many speakers here, very interesting topics, and I'm quite amazed at what the Multiversity is hoping to do in the future. All doing already with the nurses, but hoping to do more in the future. I'm really, really amazed at what they are doing for this country.
Specifically in the sports industry, why do you think it is important to have a conference as such to create awareness and bring all the specialists together?
Well, sports binds people, I think, so it's very important. I mean, you take our cricket team, for instance, you take our cricket team that won the World Cup. It consisted of Sinhalese, Tamils, Muslims, everybody, and that's what this country needs. it needs all of us to get together, because otherwise I don't really see a future.
I have with me Professor Aranjan Karnanayaka, who's just attended the conference. So, Professor, tell us a little bit about the conference that you've sat through today.
I think it's a very useful thing what you all have done. It's very impressive. I think it's good for very young people, and also maybe even people who are working to improve their knowledge and to get a added qualification. For especially after A-levels, there's a career pathway even up to PhD. Even working individuals with a diploma, they can do a higher diploma, then going to masters and PhD level. And there are different programs from nursing, physiotherapy, sports science, biomedical sciences. So it's a very good thing. So and I think sports and exercise is used these days for treatment and also prevention of disease. Therefore, learning how to do the proper do sports and exercise in a proper way, you will be able to get the benefits and minimize risk and injuries. So this conference caters a lot to that.
What about the opportunities available, and how important are these opportunities that the students get to expose their talents out to the industry?
You mean how these sports science students can go into the industry? Actually, sports science, under sports science, you'll be learning about improving sports performance and also assessing the sports performance and injury prevention and rehabilitation, all that. So a person with a sports science degree might be able to get involved in sports training and coaching, and also assessing injury like biomechanics and exercise physiology. Then also they can go on to sports psychology side and also help become experts in rehabilitation, rehabilitation of sports injuries.
With me, Dr. Dialog Ch, who is here at the Multiversity here at IIHS for the technical conference. Now, Doctor, tell me, how did you find the conference today?
Actually, I was invited by the director of the IHS. Actually, this is one of the good and opportunity for us to educate the athletes as well as coaches. So I take up the opportunity to educate them.
Now, when it comes to sports physique and sports medicine, talk a little bit about why it is important to prevent injuries. They say prevention is better than cure. When it comes to injuries, so why is prevention more important for both men and women out there?
Yeah, you are correct. Prevention is better than cure. Actually, it is also applied to sport as well. Because, you know, if you ask a question, what is the most common cause for the sport injury? It is a previous injury. That is why. So most of the injuries recur. About 5 to 20% of the sport injuries recur, because sport injury causation is multifactorial. So maybe you are attending to one single factor during the treatment, or 2 or 3 factors, but there are so many other factors contributing to the injury. So if you are not attending to those factors, there will be re-injury. So the prevention is the best treatment. There are only few talents in our country. So if someone gets injured, it is not only a great loss to himself, but also to the country as well. So we have to safeguard the limited resources to, win the international arena. So that is other thing that we have to intervene and prevent these injuries.
You can divide the injuries into acute injuries and repetitive injuries. So other thing, when you are exercising or taking a sport, you must know dangerous signs and symptoms, which will tell you that you need to watch. if you are getting dizziness, confusions, headaches, those are warning signs which you will need medical attention. Right?
Prevention is better than cure. There is a saying. It is very much applied to previous injury. Is the most commonest injury. Actually, about 5 to 20% of injuries recurs. These forums, we educate the coaches and the players how to prevent injuries and how to when you get injury, how to get recover from them.
So our main business value of IIHS is adding goodness to the society or the community where we are coming from. So based on this DNA, we have different values. The first one is mainly accessibility. We provide accessibility. And importantly, we transform our students from their current background to become an internationally recognized healthcare professional. So that's where most of our alumni currently working in UK, USA, Australia, Finland, and in worldwide. With this year, 2023, our main objective is to become a center of excellence in healthcare education to provide a global solution in South Asia. So with that, recently, we are moving to new sports science programs under vocational level and the graduate level.
So how does a substance make it into the prohibited list? There are 3 criteria. It has a potential to enhance or enhances sport performance. It represents an actual or potential health risk to the athlete or violates the spirit of sport. So, for instance, caffeine definitely improves performance. There is evidence to show that it does, but it's not bad. Right? Having said that, if you are sensitive to caffeine, you can get palpitations, arrhythmias. So, most of the energy drinks have caffeine.
The topic of the entire conference today is empowering lives through physical activity. We're talking about healthy, fair, and clean sports. The word sports implies physical activity and motion beyond the usual demands of life. It tests an individual's mobilities, creativity in motion, like dancing, endurance, strength, balance, and most of all, enjoyment of body motion.
Shafin Majid here with me now. Shafin, you've had a sit through the conference. How important do you think it is to have a conference like this for everybody out there?
So it's really good to see IHS sponsoring a conference like this. We are able to see how progression in sports injury prevention, sports injury rehabilitation is going forward in our country. It is really nice to see that there's a compilation of a lot of specialists in the area who are going to push the field forward as well. So it's absolutely fantastic.
Now, your area of expertise is physiotherapy. Let's talk a little bit about the role of physiotherapy in the arena of sports.
Right. So physiotherapy in context is quite broad. So in sports, it's a very specialized field of physiotherapy that we are looking into. So what we are trying to push is just getting the athletes back into their previous level of sport before they got injured. So injuries are very common in especially sports like rugby, football, things like that. So sports physiotherapists are vital in getting those injured players back to those performing levels, especially when it comes to like elite levels where the competitive level is quite high.
I have Rakwin here with me, who's the president of the student sports committee here at IIHS. Now, Rakwin, let's talk about the conference that we've just had today. Why do you think it's important to have conferences like this to talk about sports and the importance of sports in everyday activity?
Hi, so first of all, I would say as the president of the Sports Council, I'm very proud and honored to host this conference. And when we take about the guests, and they are very professionals and they're well reputed in the field of sports in Sri Lanka. So as a current athlete and a current physiotherapy student who following the advanced diploma in physiotherapy at IHS, so I feel this is a great opportunity for all of us to share our knowledge about the injuries and to enhance our performances and in the same time preventing injuries, then go to our peak in our sports. Then I would like to take this opportunity to thank IIHS to organize such a event with international exposure. So it will give us a good experience, and we really think it will help in our future.
A little bit about your student life at IIHS. How do you find it? Do you find it interesting? Do you find it motivating? What sort of an experience do you go through?
So to be honest, as a student, I think IIHS, we feel IIHS as a home and a family than just a university. So I hope my friends and my colleagues agree with me as well. So why I'm saying that is IIHS giving us an environment and atmosphere which student-centered in academic as well as in extracurricular activities. So I really think if you're looking for a career in healthcare professions, IIHS will be the best place. And I really think, IIHS is giving us the best that they can afford.
Well, it's been a fantastic day here at the IIHS Multiversity as the technical edition of the Bio Inquirer comes to a conclusion. Until we see you again with another high event, take care and be safe.